Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture Jeep's intelligence brief for June 2nd, 2026. All right, procurement portfolio managers, we need to talk. Because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Quick note before we get in. The GPS demand signal review is still open. 8 seats. The terrain that triggered this session has not shifted. Federal demand signal, 5,275 new opportunities in the pipeline. If you've been watching these briefs and thinking about it, today's board makes the case. Code GPS 433 holds a seat and the 30-day preview, links in the description. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 5,275 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 3987 legislative signals, 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. In the last week, the opportunity flow has been robust with 5,275 new postings hitting the board. That's a substantial volume. But what does it tell us about the accessibility of these opportunities? If we take a closer look with the capture ticker, it's evident that while the quantity is there, the quality in terms of available information might not be. The top opportunities, such as the Claims Core Combined Synopsis or Solicitation and Comprehensive Long-Term Environmental Action Navy, CLEAN, lack disclosed dollar amounts. This missing data point makes it challenging for procurement portfolio managers to assess the true scale and viability of these contracts. Now, let's examine the BCL, or Bid Conversion Likelihood. Interestingly, the BCL percentage is sitting at 0. This can be interpreted as a potential signal of market caution or a pause in decision-making, perhaps influenced by a lack of financial details in top postings. For those managing this book, it's a reminder to prioritize due diligence over raw volume numbers when considering which opportunities to pursue. Accessibility versus volume is a recurring theme. The capture terminal shows no backlog of stalled opportunities or legislative holdups, which means the flow is clean, yet what flows might not be easy to catch. This is a period where strategic targeting becomes crucial. Instead of casting a wide net, focusing on sectors where you have established relationships or past performance might lead to better conversion rates despite the raw volume. Turning to the secondary signals, we notice a landscape devoid of typical friction points. No terrain holes, no court opinions, and notably, no lobbying clusters. This absence of noise can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it might suggest a more stable environment where contracts can move smoothly through the pipeline. On the other, it can hint at a lack of advocacy or market competition driving innovation and advantageous deals. Without any hiring spread or agency engagement, there's a signal that government agencies might be in a holding pattern when it comes to expanding capability or capacity. For procurement portfolio managers, this possibly signals a period of market mispricing, where the cost of entry into certain opportunities could be lower due to less competition or interest. The savvy manager will identify these gaps as openings for strategic positioning. Given the lack of lobbying and court opinions, it's a quieter market, free from external pressures or legislative changes that typically shift the playing field. This is a ripe moment for those who read the tape well. The lack of external influences can provide a more predictable environment, which is ideal for executing calculated portfolio moves. Smart managers might capitalize on this stability to lock in favorable positions before the market dynamics inevitably shift again. The procurement market is currently stable, with no stalled agencies or terrain holes, and a BCL, business cycle lag, of 0%, indicating a steady flow of opportunities. As procurement portfolio managers, you should be asking, are we effectively leveraging the macro terrain overview to prioritize high-volume opportunities? How are we ensuring that our pipeline is balanced and not overly reliant on any single segment? Are we prepared to adapt quickly should the BCL percentage shift, indicating a change in the market's momentum? Our conviction is clear: maintain disciplined portfolio management to maximize returns, while staying agile to swiftly capitalize on any shifts in the procurement landscape. One more time on this, because the brief we just walked through is exactly the argument for it. The capture terminal, same intelligence we just read, filtered to your book, running overnight. The GPS demand signal review is still open, 8 seats. The terrain that opened this session is still holding, code GPS433 at communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. Window closes June 5th at midnight. 65 million records. 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links: terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free, and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Just a quick note, you'll be disconnected in